So this is a quick review of the Jeep Grand Cherokee 2015, and I have to tell you, I love it. Um, if you watch, some of those action-packed movies, and sometimes you walk out of there feeling like, oh, I'd love to go racing around or have a little fun. This is definitely one of those vehicles that surprisingly has an immense amount of horsepower. It's got a crazy amount of power, especially between the first and fourth gear. This one I believe has up to 8 gears. I could be wrong, 7 or 8, and that's really, it has that many gears, I think, just for the very reason of saving economy, saving some gas, lower RPM at higher speeds. One of the huge advantages of a vehicle like this, in addition to just the sheer power and having a little fun, is of course you can go into manual mode. So for this vehicle, the way you can do this is once you're in drive, as you can see here, it says drive or sports mode. If I hit it back one more time like this, I can switch between drive and sports mode. So as you can see here, now I'm in, oh, let me get my right. There we go. So as you can see now, I can go into sports mode, have a little fun. And then if I want to go into complete manual mode, I can just shift with these paddles, and it works very well. As I said, it's very powerful. So, from just a fun, sporty, type of mentality, it's really powerful. I love it. It's really fast. One of the other ways to look at this vehicle is just, maybe from an aesthetic point of view. I've got the leather seats interior. I think it looks very nice. I've had this for about 1.5 years. Vehicle still looks brand new. The leather wears very nicely. It's not cheap or it's not pleather, anything like that. Aesthetically here, I think everything molds well around. I've used this for, as I said, 1.5 years, commuting with it, hauling up to 2,000 pounds of rocks in the back. Right now, as an example, I have a 32-inch by 80-inch door. I've got several of them underneath there. It's able to fit up here just snug, and that's great because I'm a do-it-yourselfer from an electrical engineering standpoint, or just construction, whatever it is that I have my mind set to do. I can do that, and I'm not terribly worried about not being able to have a sufficient amount of room. And there's quite a bit of clearance and the top and the bottom. So very happy, with respect to the utility of this vehicle and being able to put a lot of stuff in here. From a everyday commuter standpoint, I really enjoy it. I drive every day with this. No issue at all. I've been in this car for up to 12 hours at one time. Then I had a bathroom break. Whew, boy, that was fun. And, very comfortable. The seats are all leather. My edition has heated seats for the winter time and a heated steering wheel if I want. So, that ends up being very comfortable to drive. And I think part of it is always the aesthetics. If it looks good, it feels better. So there's a little bit of a view just from the outside. And lastly, I think this vehicle is fairly sexy. It's just wonderful, actually. There's a good picture, and of course I have the red one because the red looks amazing. One of the things you can see on the top, I have vents. I took down the mounting brackets just for the wintertime. I'm not using them, probably saves a little on gas. But I have put on here a kayak, my banana colored kayak, and it goes from all the way out front here, sits of course on the rails, and it goes all the way to the back, at least 2 feet, and this thing handles as if it's not even on there. It's not really about the weight when you have something that large. It's very large and very long, running across the back. It's really more about how does it handle with respect to the airflow. Oops, looks like my gas cap's open. Push in there and it doesn't unlock. You have to push the button inside, so oopsies. So here's just a quick view of it. As I said, I'm very happy with the purchase of it. If someone were to say, hey, do you recommend that someone has one of these? Absolutely. I've always been a big fan of SUVs. If you have children, I think it's a lot safer. More of the energy in an accident goes to compacting metal rather than the force move to accelerate. or potentially hit someone. So I think it's considerably safer. It's very fun to drive. And here's a different view from just the back there. It's probably a good time to just look at how much room is really allotted just about for anyone. So the second seats go down all the way. The really nice thing about that is the second seats on the back, just like these ones here, are plastic on the back. So I'm not worried about scratching leather back here. If I'm carrying heavy load or children kicking it, whatever you have, whatever it can, you can subject to, it's pretty good. So again, this is a Jeep Grand Cherokee 2015. It's wonderful. I really like it, and you know, in about 5 or 6 years, you know, we'll see if I get another one. I'm sure that I will, but I am a very satisfied owner. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. Otherwise, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about electrical engineering, which is primarily what I do, feel free to give me or go to my website at bucketofmass.com. That's bucketofmass.com. And I'll give you a quick demo and a presentation in the sports mode for those of you who are kind of wondering about the speed of it. So it's just kind of a parking lot here. Let me straighten up. So I'm in the sports mode now, and it just keeps the sports mode, the automatic sports mode, basically keeps it in the lower gear until the RPM hits 5,000 or 6,000, and then it switches over, versus the drive mode switches to a different set of gears considerably quicker, and that makes a bit more convenient, saves economy, but not as sporty. So in this case, I'm going to actually go into the manual mode, and then I'll just shift these pedals. So I'll give just a quick demonstration. So I'm flooring it. Woo! All right, there you go. Have a great one. Thanks for watching.